Hey YouTube, Sam here. Well, I'm with the turd. I am officially really disliking this vehicle from the get-go. I haven't enjoyed this one, but regardless, I did all that work and unfortunately it is still heating up. So, there's probably 3 different issues I could have. And I'm thinking that plate that fell out of the pump housing, the water pump housing, is probably the problem. I'm thinking that was supposed to be in there and not supposed to come. It shouldn't have been able to come out. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, go check out my video on my water pump. Next thing, when I drained the radiator, I didn't get a whole lot of antifreeze out of the radiator, so I could have a plug somewhere in the system that's plugging up the radiator. Third thing, thermostat. I've had 2 brand new thermostats in the past where I've had a problem, changed the thermostat, had heating issues again, tested the thermostats, brand new ones weren't good. Twice I've had that. So I'm going to go ahead, and that's what I'm going to do in this video, is replace the thermostat. Since my other video that I did turned into more of a thermostat housing replacement because my housing was no good, now I'm going to go ahead and actually do a thermostat replacement video because I got a thermostat anyway, so I might as well put it in there and we'll start figuring out what the problem is. So keep an eye out for videos on this. Hopefully this will be the last one. And as usual, whenever working in a car, you want to unhook your battery. Yet again, you just should have to unhook your negative. I'm kind of old school. I like doing the positive, but I do know there's a reason why you need to do the negative. But that's in my way over in here anyway, so I just took it off and moved it out of my way. Then there's no problems. And you may hear a fan in the background. I apologize. Hopefully we won't have too much problem with the sound, but it's really hot in my garage. It's over 80 degrees. So I'm going to start out, and I did a video on taking this off, and actually I'm not going to bother taking this off. I think I can get this without messing with this, but this is in the way. So down here on the valve cover, I guess you would call it, there's this which just pops off, and then this pops out of a hole here. So pull that out of the way. Then we got our upper radiator hose kind of over the top of everything here, and this is where I pulled that vacuum line out of the air inlet here for the air box. So kind of so you know where you're at. We're on the driver's side, right above the water pumps, right below here, and right there is the thermostat. And the first thing I'm going to do is take this upper hose off, and that's just a matter of unscrewing this, popping the hose off. Now I have a pan down below because I have not drained the radiator. This is the upper hose, and quite honestly, usually the thermostat's attached to the upper hose. So I don't know if this thermostat goes into here and goes backwards and then it comes out, but the thermostat's actually on the lower radiator hose, more closer to it. But anyway, we're going to start with that. And you don't need to watch me do that. It's just a matter of pulling hoses off. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew the hose down here and pop that off too, or hose clamp. So when I get that done, I'll get back at you. And we got the hoses off, one here, one here. There's also this vacuum hose. It's not even a vacuum hose. It's some sort of a, I don't know. It doesn't really go to anything, but it is hooked to a little clamp over here. I'm going to move that out of the way. Mess my light up. And then these should be 10 millimeters. I'm going to go ahead and loosen those up. And that should pop this off, and right behind that should be the 10 millimeter out here. I put a little extension on this. You probably can't see a dang thing. If I make it so you can see it, I lose the light. Here's the biggest problem I'm having with this thing, besides trying to get light on the situation. It's not attached to anything. It's just kind of stuck in the lines here. So it's kind of a little bit leery because it's all just plastic. Okay, there's the lower one that popped off. Okay, this one popped off. These are not real tight. You figure out your own specs yet again when you go to tighten things up, but It seems to be pushing forward, so it's like there's almost like there's a spring in here. So hold on to it. Could just be the gasket, but and I know you can't see anything, it's just not a lot of room. Okay, well. Alright, and right there is the thermostat sticking out. Now remember which direction it goes, and there is a gasket on this one. Normally you'd want to change this gasket out, but it's brand new, and unless one comes in the box, which I don't think it does, I'm going to reuse this one. I could test this and figure out if it's any good or not, and I may do that later on, but right now I have a brand new thermostat. I'm just going to grab it and take it and put it in, and it is a fail-safe one as well. And here it is. I bought this online. It was actually the cheapest place to get it for this rig. This one goes in first, and then the gasket went in over the top of it, kind of in the hole here. Make sure you don't pinch your gasket in there. So the gasket is on top. Take this, stick it back on there. Whoop, gotta make sure we get it in the right direction here. Okay. And start them by hand. And we'll tighten them down. I mean, it's probably one of the more simple ones I've ever done as far as that's concerned. I mean, it's pretty easy to get to. I'd much rather it be, you know, an aluminum or metal piece of some sort, but plastic is what you get these days. And then you want to tighten them down fairly evenly. You don't want to tighten any one of them all the way down. Well, that should be the end of this video. The rest of it's just putting it back together the way you pull it apart. Real simple. One of the easiest thermostats I've ever done. So should be able to figure it out from there. I do not think that's probably my problem. I'll go test drive it and see what happens. Alright, this is Sam, Jack of all, and obviously Master of none. You all have a good one.